All right, so we are in our last day of our health fair. It's been a long week, and I do want to let everyone know that all of our live Zoom sessions have been recorded. Links will be sent out next week. For those of you that have not been able to attend, or maybe you want to send it to a friend of yours or a family member, just to let them understand what all we have in our community as of today. So we are here with Ben from the Dahlem Center. Ben, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. How are you, Jessica?
I'm doing all right.
Great.
Ben, could you just explain a little bit of your background there and what your role is there at the Dahlem Center?
Okay, great. Would be happy to. And I want to thank Jessica for the invitation to jump on here and talk about Dahlem, and particularly to the United Methodist Retirement Community and the staff. So I think this is our second or third year doing this, and
Yes.
really privileged and always happy to do this. So thank you, Jessica, and thank you, United Methodist Retirement Community and your staff for this opportunity. I am the executive director of the Dahlem Center. I came on board in May 2016. It's fairly simple to remember. It was my 35th wedding anniversary, and so a milestone. As the executive director, I basically in charge of the profit and loss responsibility, overall operations of our complex here. We have 300 acres. We have,
Wow.
yeah, 300 acres. Mostly, a lot of it are wooded. We have 6 trails that total 5 miles in length. One of our trails, called Nature for All Trail, is handicapped accessible, that we're very proud of. That we have people that, with all kinds of physical or mental challenges, can come out and take advantage of with motorized wheelchairs and that. We have one dog-friendly trail called the Butterfly Trail, which is actually about a mile away from the main center off of Wickwire Road, where our community gardens are. The community gardens, we have 48 garden plots that measure 20 by 20. They're available for rent during the growing season, and they are fantastic, and we get the community gardeners out. So basically, I'm, as someone would say, responsible for the whole enchilada here. So I had spent my entire life in the at-profit world, and the steel industry, all things. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's a different change, but I was able to bring the skill sets that I had in the at-profit world to the nonprofit world. So it's been a very, very enjoyable experience. I test drove retirement and didn't find it all that satisfactory. But this was a great opportunity.
So I know right now it's, towards the end of summer and we have the fall coming up. Do you guys have any current or upcoming events there at the Dahlem Center? Like any events going on right now or any towards later fall?
Well, the big thing that we have going on right now is the families are coming out and walking on the trails. The last hurrah before school starts. Here in Jackson County, most of the schools started, but people come out and that with their families and taking pictures. The foliage has been beautiful this year because it's been so wet, humid, and green. And we are getting ready to start our preschool. We have a preschool here called Little Acorns for 3 and 4-year-olds. We start back up on April 7th, the day after Labor Day, and we're anticipating that. And we just completed our very successful summer camp. Our summer camp is for ages 3 to 12, and we had 236 campers out here this summer. And it was very successful. We had no broken arms, limbs, and no cases of COVID resulting from our camp.
Good, that's amazing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We have accommodated as many as 300, but in the interest of safety and cutback and counselors, we reduced the number to 237, which we felt was a safe number that we could handle it. And we're very proud of the fact that 2 years in a row, last year, when nobody, or 40 to 50% did not have camps, we ran camp, a much smaller number. So we're very proud of doing that, to put on a camp where kids can get out, get outdoors, get away from the isolation that so many of them experienced the last year and a half, 2 years, and get outdoors in nature with all the beneficial aspects of it.
So there at the Dahlem Center, let's say if families want to come and walk around, and then also for your preschool. So to walk there at the Dahlem Center, are the hours just morning to nighttime? And then what's the cost for people to go there?
Our trails are open from dawn to dusk, the entire 365 days a year. Our trails are open at no charge.
Oh,
we do ask for a donation.
mm-hmm.
We have some donation boxes well placed. A lot of people don't realize it. They think, well, we get money from the college, because as a point of information, our land and buildings are owned by Jackson College. We have a 30-year lease with the college, but we derive really no money from the college. We derive no tax money, no federal money, no nothing like that. So we are entirely reliant on donations. But our trails are open to all the residents of Jackson County, of South Central Michigan, at no charge. But we do look for donations. Donation boxes are sent in. As we say, our trails are free, but the bills aren't. And
very true. Nothing's free, huh?
I think our staff members can relate it. Even though I require our staff to take a vow of poverty, they still expect to be paid. So, and consumers wants their bills paid. So.
And if there's any team members that are curious about the preschool, would the cost of the preschool and hours be on your website?
Yes, it would be. Yes, okay. It would be. We have, our preschool is full right now, but we are taking a waiting list. Because of our school limitation and size, we have 2 3-year-old classes. Our class size is limited to 14 students. So on Monday and Wednesday from 8:30 to 11:30, we have a group of 3-year-olds, 2 groups of 3-year-olds, a Monday and a Wednesday group, and a Tuesday and a Thursday group. And then our 4-year-olds come out 4 days a week in the afternoon. I think we've changed it to 12:30 to 3:30 this year, or so. Check that. And they come out Monday through Thursday. So we do have a waiting list. Normally, right before school starts, we get the dropouts where some parents, separation anxiety, or their child isn't potty trained and that. So, and please get on it. But we're very proud of our preschool. It's nature-based. It's unique in that respect. The kids spend 40, 50, 70% of the time outdoors, depending on the weather and that, and learning, and with STEM-based principles. So our biggest selling point has been our parents and word of mouth. It's a successful program. So, yeah.
So here at UMRC in Porter Hills, we have a wellness program. So for team members that are watching or will be watching later on, I do want to remind you guys that we have the wellness scorecard. And this year you have to complete 6 different activities. And just from hearing Ben's presentation, if you were to ever go to the Dahlem Center and get a consistent walking schedule in, that could count as a wellness activity. If you ever wanted to donate to the Dahlem Center, that would count towards donating to a nonprofit. And we take that as a sense of gratitude. And so that would also count as a wellness activity. And then if there's any upcoming events that maybe, do you guys have, I think I saw something about like the Goblin Walk in October, or do you guys have any like walking challenges of any sort like that, Ben?
Well, I'll tell you what we got coming up and looking for help. As I mentioned, our preschool, I'm looking for substitute teachers, you know, occasionally come up. So there's an opportunity for a substitute teacher. Goblin Walks, as you mentioned, is coming up. That is on a weekend of Friday, October the 22nd and 23rd.
Okay.
We're going to do a hybrid this set, somewhat. It's always been a night event, and it's really incredible to see. We have 300 jack-o'-lanterns lit out on our trails, and we went from a scary event to a non-scary. It's actually an educational event where we have 5 different stations where we have actors dressed like critters that are out here imparting environmental lessons. But the opportunity, we've got 300 pumpkins that need to be carved.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we could definitely help with that. That's for sure.
We carve them on that Friday morning.
Mhm.
And then we got to put them out on the trails. And then
So if you, now that I'm thinking Dahlem Center, if you were to go there, you could actually get 3 wellness activities out of the 6 done and completed. You could do the walking, you could volunteer for any of the things that they have going on, and you could also donate to their nonprofit. So right there, that's 3 out of the 6 completed, and you'd be halfway there. So that's something to think about for those of you watching today. Ben, if our team members wanted to go somewhere to find more information or just to stay up to date, what is the Dahlem Center's website?
it's www.dahlemcenter.org, and that's
Okay.
DAHLEM center.org.
Okay.
And we list our activities, we list our volunteer opportunities, we list our hours. We always need volunteers. We're looking for volunteers. We got weeding, we got gardening. On Saturday, October the 9th, we're having what we call our work bee. And we have a group of volunteers to come out to pull weeds, do some gardening. And afterwards, we have a lunch. We provide a grilled, whatever, hot dogs or lunch or something like that. So it's a fun day to come out from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, October the 9th. There's an opportunity to do that. That will also be on our website, www.dahlemcenter.org. So always looking for volunteer opportunities. So we've got the Goblin Walks coming up. Our trails are open, dawn to dusk. You can come out and walk. Henry Ford Allegiance Health gave us a grant. And on our Nature for All trail, we have 7 light exercise stations. Again, there's so much medical evidence, scientific evidence that all clearly agree, and it's difficult to find medical and science all agree on one thing, but they certainly do here, and that's the healthy benefits of getting out in nature, walking around, and exercising in nature, and getting outdoors.
Yes.
Benefits to it. And I believe we provide that. In the wintertime, we have cross-country skiing. That's the only athletic activity that's allowed. That goes back to the lease that was originally. And it was also not to disturb our animals and critters out here by having running or types of events like that. But we do have the light exercise station in place on a Nature for All trail. We have cross-country skiing during the winter or snow available, and it's a beautiful place to do that.
Well, I do want to let you know, Ben, me and my family, we have a blended family of 3 boys, so 4, 6, and 7, and we absolutely love the trails you have there and the mini wooden playground you have. So I do know that for our family, there has never been a time that we have gone there and regretted the fact that we got up and went moving as a family. So thank you for all the trails that you provide for us.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that, Jessica. It's things like that that makes it really worthwhile. And we love seeing the kids out here. We love seeing families. I love seeing families out here that have picnics and all that, and have made this a destination. It was particularly gratifying this last year and a half and 2 years where we've been a refuge and a solace, from social isolation and all that we've had to experience. So I really feel proud with the part we've done in providing some mental health and physical health and relief for the people here in South Central Michigan and Jackson.
Those are all the questions I had for you today. Do you have anything else to input before we sign off here, Ben?
No, I think I covered it, everything. Certainly would love to see your staff members, yourself, whatever, and all the members of the United Methodist Retirement Community come out here at Dahlem.
All right. Well, you have a good day, and thank you so much for your time, Ben.
You're welcome. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.